We have with us now the Holly Pond Broncos, and we have girls and boys basketball represented here today. And just thankful that you guys have taken a Friday morning before fall break to come spend a little time with us this morning and talk a little bit about your program. I'm going to turn it over at this time to the media to ask questions.
Johnny Thornton from WKUL-FM and GameDayWeekly.com. Coach Glasscock, I'll start with you. A traditional event continuing at Holly Pond, the Thanksgiving tournament, right? Okay. Can you tell us who will be participating? And if I correct on this, this is 65 years?
I believe it's 66 years.
66, okay.
66 years. We've got, see here, we've got Cordova, Arab, Holly Pond, West Point, Curry, Aniana, Decatur, and Susanmore coming this year.
So you got 8 teams to have a full field as far as
yes, sir.
The tournament setup. It'll be what, Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday?
Yes, sir. Monday,
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Talk about, from your perspective of being a part, this is the oldest invitational basketball tournament in the AHSAA. Now, how do you feel about being in that as far as the magnitude of this tournament? Because I played in it back in the late 70s in Good Hope High School. We won my senior year. We defeated Coleman in the championship. But it's become a great event through many years now. And talk about your involvement with it.
Yeah, it's something that we look forward to every year. It's special to be a part of. Like I said, 66 years. That's, a lot of people have been a part of it. When I got the job here, that's one of the first things people talked to me about was the Holly Pond Thanksgiving tournament. People always want to know who's going to be in it. Coach Morris has a folder that, I found whenever I got the job that has every championship and every winner from the beginning of the tournament up until last year. So, it's something that's special around Holly Pond. The head coach at Arab, he was the head coach at Aniana when I was the assistant there. They got in it last year, I think, for the first time in a few years, and he talked about how excited the people in Arab were about it. So, it's something that people in this part of the state look forward to, and it's a special event.
I'm Blake Rickard. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Jackson Wilkins. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Maddie Ham, and I'm a senior. I'm Molly McKelvey, and I'm the assistant girls basketball coach.
Ms. McKelvey, let's talk with you right now. Not too long ago, you was an outstanding player. Now you're into the coaching ranks. Talk about the situations you're having to deal with as far as adjusting from a role of a player to be in the role of a coach, especially about teaching the game that you love so much.
Yes, it's definitely different, but I took a little bit of a break from basketball, and I missed it so much, and then I got the opportunity to come help Coach Hartline, and it's been a blessing. And these girls and Holly Pond has welcomed me, and it's definitely different to teach it, but I've grown up around it, and I love it so much. And it's easier than I thought it would be, honestly, to come into Holly Pond and start teaching the game. I'm helping with middle school too, and they're doing great. And they're all really receptive to what I'm respectful, and I'm actually learning too still from Coach Hartline and Coach Finley. They're all pouring words into me to make me the best coach that I can be to help these girls out.
What are some things that you feel that you're learning from Coach Hartline?
Well, since I played I obviously learned to be a leader and just to be the best player I can be. But from the coaching standpoint, I've just learned how to push the girls and how to make them uncomfortable so that they're comfortable in games. You got to make them uncomfortable in practice situations. That way it'll be more comfortable in the game. And the difference in pushing them but still encouraging them and expecting the best out of them.
How different is it to you of understanding 2 roles now? I was always told a coach is a teacher. You're coaching and you're teaching. Do you feel that you're bringing that in a perspective?
Yes, I do. I'm actually wanting to be a math teacher, so it's kind of the same thing. It's just teaching, and I feel like that's my calling. And basketball is something I'm passionate about, so it's really easy to do. It's not easy every day, but it's definitely getting easier as I learn from others that do it.
And this question's for Coach Glasscock. What's it been like getting the job last year? What all have you learned since becoming the head coach?
Yeah, like I said, I was the JV coach and assistant coach at Oneonta for 4 years under Brandon Cruz, who's at ARAB now, and he used to always say, people don't understand the difference between it being an assistant coach and a head coach till you're there, and he was 100% right. Last year it was kind of a unique situation. It was my first year being a head coach, and I didn't have a single kid that played varsity basketball the year before, so it was their first year playing varsity basketball. It was my first year being a head coach. We're just kind of figuring stuff out as we went. And I thought down the stretch, you could tell that we were a lot more comfortable with each other, kind of the roles that we had. And, this year I'm excited. Everybody's coming back. We don't lose anybody. Didn't have a single senior last year. So I think there's a lot more comfort with each other and with the roles that we're in and all that coming into this year.
And how much growth have you seen from this team from then until now?
A ton. Like I said, from the beginning of last year to the end of last year, I saw a ton of growth. We had 2 ninth graders starting. We had a sophomore starting. I didn't have any seniors, so there was a lot of maturity and growth that took place last year. These guys, if you looked at them physically before the season last year and look at them now, they look completely different. Coach Steve Johnson's done a great job in our weight room. I think the biggest area that we've grown is maturity-wise. Guys have kind of formed those habits and those daily disciplines that it takes to be successful. And we just come in and work today. Now, back then last year it was teaching kids how to practice, how to carry yourself in the weight room, that kind of stuff. This year you just come in, you get to work. So
This is for the boys basketball players. What all did you learn from last year?
I learned a lot. Coach Glasscock has taught us a lot about maturity, and he's helped us throughout the whole season. And really coming into this season, I feel like he's just going to be a big part of what we are and what we do. He's just helped us with a lot, and that's really all I've got.
One thing that coach made last year was to have confidence when I'm shooting the ball or when I step on the court. Because, last year when I was playing, you could tell that I was nervous. So, coach, I don't feel like I'd be where I am today.
How much growth have you seen from this team last season up till now?
I feel like there's a lot of growth. You have football guys out right now, so there's only about 4 or 5 of us that's practicing and working. So, I see a lot of growth.
I've saw a good amount. We came into the season not really knowing each other that much, but then we still knew each other because we went to school and stuff. But Coach Glasscock, we had lock-ins and stuff, and we grew with each other over that, and it's just helped us a lot. Now we have that bond, and it's way different than it was last year. So.
And this is for Coach McKelvey. You used to play for Coach Hartline at Fairview. What's it like being a coach alongside her?
There was a picture of us in the county tournament, and she had her hand on my back telling me what I needed to work on, and I remember it like it was yesterday, and it seems crazy that I'm beside her now, but she's just showed me what it takes to be a good coach and a good woman. She expects all of her players to become leaders, and really I played for her in 9th grade, and I remember I came up out of middle school, going to a new school at Fairview, and I was scared. I'm not going to lie. And she really pushed me to be the best player I could be and made me who I am today, honestly. And I'm so thankful to get to coach beside her, to see how she transforms other kids' lives and how I can do the same one day.
Question for Maddie. Senior year, right?
Sir.
Okay. I've been noticing during the summer about you playing a lot. You played in the league at the Coleman Complex. Also, of course, you played with your high school team during play days in June. And Also noticing you've been getting very good conditioning from Steve Johnson. What do you feel like has been the beneficiary of working hard? And it looks like you love the game, but also you love to work hard and get better.
Yes, sir. Just like a daily process. If you really love it, you want to be good. Loving the game pushes you to want to work hard.
You shoot the ball well from 3-point area. Is that just something you work on as a specialization, or is it just a comfort zone?
A little bit of both. Like that's where I'm the most comfortable, so that's where I practice the most.
Coach Glasscock, new area this year for Holly Pond basketball is you've got Decatur Heritage, Falkville, and West End, I believe. And also, school dropped down to classification the first time in, I think, about 30 years. Talk about prepping for some strong competition in your area.
Yeah, Decatur Heritage, I look back, now, they've been 1A, they moved up to 2A this year. I think in the last 8 years, they've made it to the Elite Eight, at least the Elite Eight every year, got beaten 1A state championship last year. So, they'll be good. They're always going to be good. We play Falkville at West Point in their Christmas tournament last year. I think they beat us by 4 or 5. So we've got a little familiarity there. West End, we saw them play a little bit this summer. People have asked me about dropping down to 2A. There's good teams in 2A. There's good teams in 3A. There's good teams in 4A. We try not to worry too much about who we're playing. It's about us being the best Holly Pond that we can be. Whether you're in 2A or you're in 6A, you're going to have 4 teams in your area. You gotta finish in the top 2. You got to get to that, sub-region game. You're going to a regional tournament. We don't talk too much about 2A, 3A, that kind of stuff.
Back in the summer, I was able to see your team play in the Wallace State Play Days and had a very outstanding performance against Shoals Christian, high-scoring game. I think both teams had over 40 points in the second half. You wanted to talk about how important that game has magnified the progress of Holly Pond getting ready to go into a new season.
Yeah, we overall this summer we had a good summer. We had some guys making shots and making plays this summer that didn't necessarily do it last year. And like Jackson said, a lot of it had to do with confidence. They're more comfortable this year. They've been there. They've done it before. So some of the guys that were more role players last year, get in, take care of the basketball, play defense, those guys are going to be playing a bigger role for us this year. And we saw that this summer. Summer play dates are weird. It depends on what day it is. It depends on what time you're playing. I mean, we saw how good we could be this summer, and we saw how bad we could be this summer. So, I think the biggest thing coming out of this summer was some guys stepping up, taking on a new role, and gaining some confidence.
Well, speaking of confidence, how much have you seen as far as what the summer provided for you, especially now that you come into your second season with an experienced basketball team?
Yeah, like I said, we competed with some really good teams. We didn't play up to the standard that we wanted to at times. So, during the summer, I like to see that as a coach because I show the guys, mentally, if we approach it the right way, we can be a really good basketball team. But if you show up and you don't have your best game, you're not there mentally, you're not giving effort, we can, not be a very good basketball team. So we kind of saw where we can be if we do things the right way, and then we saw where we can be if we don't do things the right way. So, we learned a lot about our basketball team and took some good lessons out of this summer.
And this question's for Matt. Maybe Lauren Harlang, he's the new head coach. I mean, what's it been like having her as the coach?
It's a little different, actually. She pushes us mentally more than we have before. So it's been a good change. She came in and she expected a lot out of us, and we kind of rose to the challenge, which is what she expected. She wants us to be leaders, pushes us every day to be a leader and just to grow mentally, physically, and every day.
And what are some things you feel like you've taken away from, taken from her, since you've become the coach?
I've never really been much of a leader, but this summer I really stepped into that role, and I can really thank Coach Hartline for that. She's pushed us mentally. we become mentally stronger throughout this summer, and that's really been one of the major changes.
And just how much growth have you seen from this team from last season up until right now?
Like I said, mentally is that's the category we've grown in the most because she came in and pushed us. So I've seen a lot of girls step into their role, and they're stronger mentally. We've definitely gotten stronger physically.
All right, what we'll do now is we'll start. Who has the mic? We got the mic right here. Pass that down to Coach McKelvey. And we're going to just have a closing statement by each of you as you kind of look forward toward the beginning of your season. Okay? And just pass that mic on down.
Whenever I came in on day one in June, I saw these girls work hard, and with Coach Steve Johnson, he really pushed them, and we played in the play days, and I'm just ready to see all of that hard work and the heat this summer, and even in the preseason, pay off and let the community come and see that payoff too. And I just thank Holly Pond for being so sweet to me and welcoming, and I can't wait for this season with these girls.
Going off of what she just said, I'm really excited. I think we've worked really hard this summer and in the preseason. I can't wait to see what the season has.
Yeah, just going along with that same theme. You know, these guys have worked. Our season ended in February, and you know we did some stuff in the spring with guys that weren't playing baseball. You know, we play dates and early morning lifts. I mean, we're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning in June and open gyms in July, working out in July. As soon as school starts, we're lifting. We're doing our 2 hours a week. We're just work. You know, I'm excited about these guys getting to kind of get the payoff of all that work that they've put in. Just excited to get to see them.
Like Coach said about how we matured, I feel like that going into this next season, we're going to be more prepared in every aspect of the game. I just feel like this year, the past couple of years, we've not been the best, and I feel like this next year's that's just going to change. We're going to be better in every category of the game, and it's going to be our year.
I'm really excited. Like Coach was saying, we've been working our tails off. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see what we can bring to the team this year. Like Coach Johnson tells us, no one's working in the county as hard as we are. So, I mean, like I said, I'm really excited to see what we can bring.
All right, we want to thank you guys for being with us today. And we want to ask that you exit this way, and we'll bring the other team in that way. But kind of graze as you go. There's plenty of stuff back here, and we just appreciate you being with us today. Thank you.